Hey guys, Janice Petteway. So when does time really equate to success financially? How do you measure it? Well, it is true that there's times in your career that time really does equal money. What you put forth in X amount of time really makes a difference. So I want to talk about that first, but then I also want to talk about the fact that in our business, you put in a lot of time to build and to begin your business, and a lot of time when you want to kick it up to the next level. But the truth is, the more business you do and the longer you're in our business, the less time you really have to work, because you should have repeat business and people calling you, and it's just easier business. So I understand that, and I want to acknowledge that. But I wanted to tell you about a study that I just read about. RedX actually did this study, and it said that for agents that make $70,000 a year, that weekly they spent 3.5 hours prospecting for business. Really, I thought 3.5 hours prospecting, that's it, 70K, okay. That was low. That was a surprise to me. It was kind of low to me. They said that people that made 250,000 a year, they prospected for double, about 7 hours a week. So I thought about Brian Buffini and all the times I've listened to him, and part of his strategy is making sure every single morning that you get that sphere connection time in your which is prospecting time and time to connect with the people that you know and did business with, etc. And I really looked at the perfect schedule in his mind, and 7-8 hours a week is really about it. So I challenge you to spend the time, to spend that time. If you want to make $70,000 a year, that is your business. Prospect 3.5 hours a week. Set apart the time, call people that you know, call people that you've done past business with, friends, family, all of the people that work on your house, everybody you know, just call and check in with them. You have to build a big enough list so that you're not calling the same people every day, right? For some of you guys, if you've just moved to a new place, you're going to have to do things a little bit different. And you're going to have to build up your data bank. But that's still prospecting, because you're meeting strangers. You're walking into maybe mom and pop shops and stores. You're meeting a new person that does your hair and your nails, and maybe a yard guy and a plumber and an electrician, and you're building your data bank. But for 70K, you know you've got to do 3.5 hours. But I want you to do at least 250, because when you're doing $250,000 a year in income, I know that you can start attracting agents to you, because they're going to want to know what you're doing and how you're doing it, which means you can sponsor, and then you'll have residuals, and then you can invest for your retirement, and the snowball effect is amazing. And that's what I want for each and every one of you. So you're at a minimum of 7 hours. So plan your day accordingly. You're really only talking about, somewhere between an hour to hour and a half every day. And you're adding people to your data bank, meeting strangers, and you're learning how to be out there, friendly. You are showing up at events. You're saying yes to things instead of no, no, no. And I know some of you are probably sitting there going, well, I'm not supposed to be out in the public right now. I'm social distancing, yada, yada. I can tell you, unless you live in certain areas that it's not allowed yet, most areas you can get out there as long as you're being safe and following the rules and the regulations. You do not need to stay in your house by yourself unless you have a lot of money and you can become your own best client and you don't need anybody else. Then I guess you can stay in your house and not meet another soul for the rest of your life, right? But most of us need to get out there. So let's make the decision to do it soon. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow. Have an awesome day.